God.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
I think the customer lied.
Okay, so we're going to go with the initial hypothesis that the customer is telling the truth. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another FSP Transmissions video. Once again, thank you guys so much for 25,000 subs. It means the world to us. I do want to introduce my newest employee, Koty.
What's up, guys?
He's behind the camera right now, so welcome him, everybody, to the FSP team. Anyway, today we've got something just a little bit special for you guys. I've got this broken Chevrolet 700R4. It is a 1985 pre-auxiliary model, and that means there's no auxiliary valve body, so when it goes from the garage shift from park to drive, there's a big clunk there, and you can really feel it, especially if you put the 500,000 boost valve in here. If everything goes well with this transmission, we can take all the internals out and put them in a brand new case. So fingers crossed that he was telling the truth. Now I have taken the governor out of this and the servo out of this already, and it was used for another transmission. Both work properly. So if the customer's telling the truth, this thing can be easily repaired, and it's going to be a really simple unit to tear down, wash, and put back together. So hopefully that's the case, and thank you guys for tuning in to another FSP Transmission video. Let's get into this thing. Now the customer said this thing was working, like it was working fine, but the Bellhousing was broken. See how broken that thing is?
It's a shock.
Oh yeah.
I think the customer lied.
Why did he lie?
That some bitch locked up. It won't turn it
It's
off.
locked up?
It won't turn.
Are you sure it's just not your grip strength?
No.
Maybe you're grabbing the wrong thing. I think you're grabbing the pump stator.
The shaft that comes out of the pump?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that won't turn. It'd have to be this one.
It won't turn?
It won't. I mean, no, it won't turn. Not right now. It's probably got enough rust in it to kill them loose. Son of a bitch.
Thing works fine.
No, I was lying. There you go. I was grabbing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's grabbing the pump stator. Lots to learn, grasshopper.
He didn't lie. I lied. Nasty cat. Go on. I don't think I've ever tore down one of these.
What'd you say?
In the 700s, the bell housing is a permanent piece. It doesn't come off like on your 350s and 4L60s.
I think it's the 1997 model 4L60Es went to a two-piece bell housing, but the early 4L60s had a single case just like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's got the big plug in the side of it over here. Just like that one does over there, that blue one. Got the same thing. This output shaft, normally this thing's got a lot of walk up and down if that case bushing's worn out. So that was good. It had a Corvette servo in it, like you saw the other day. And then you always want to double check inside of where your governor rides. You know, you run your finger through there and make sure that's smooth. Yeah. Other than that, we're pretty much down to flip it over and look in the pan. We'll be able to tell by the pan if it was worth. It says hit right here too. Maybe that because it took a hit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Man, it looks like a strawberry milkshake. Look at that. Yeah, I think that's just from us washing it. We didn't wash it, so. I do want to say that we did wash it. Before people go over here and go ahead and assume that it's trash. Well, I think he may have been telling the truth. I mean, this looks really good. I've seen a lot worse than that. There's a little bit of gunk in there on that magnet, but you can see that magnet's done exactly what it's supposed to do. It's caught all that excess metal right there and built up on the metal. It's always good to drop it in and clear these magnets off. And it's always good practice to put these back in the pan when you can. If you got an extra one, throw it in there. This looks good. We're gonna pull the filter off. We're gonna inspect this valve body. I'm gonna go ahead and get a new plunger valve for that. That's for sure. But yeah, let's get this valve body off.
Maybe not.
Wiggle it.
This fell out from behind the filter.
Not sure what that's from. Looks like somebody's been in it before. There's a Trans-Tech gasket. This band locks into the tooth up in the case there. You gotta pop this free. Just like that, and you can pull your drums out. Now you pull your forward sprag gear out of there.
Where's my little twirly bob?
Twirly bob.
The little thing in the
Oh, it's right here. Bob Topo Chico.
Oh, thanks.
There you go.
This is my second week of doing transmission work, so I'm not like a master tech or anything.
He's still learning. That's okay.
Hell yeah. I was just doing it from the wrong side.
Leverage and visibility.
Well, you do talk about leverage a lot.
I do talk about leverage a lot. Especially if you're up under them trucks, man.
That's what I was thinking about. Those wrenches trying to torque down.
Yeah, you're trying to freaking pull on one of the drive shafts, break it free by hand. Yeah, it's tough. Is that thing in a bind down there?
What,
is this spring perch in a bind?
Let me tell you. I'll tell you when I gotta pick it up. Nope.
Nice, good job. Sometimes it gets caught on that edge. They can come up and smack you right in the mouth.
Alright, now for the fun part.
Piston. Oh, you gotta.
I gotta do it on the ground because I'm short. Ooh, it's slippery. And there you go.
Money, money. All right, this is your output shaft, your center support. Here's your sun shell gear, parking gear, and your planetary is embedded here into the parking gear. And those clutches look good. These frictions look good. Looks like that piston was working like it should.
Let me see them. Those look great, actually.
Yeah, for what they are, yeah, not a problem.
No hot spots.
Not really. It's got the early 700 R4 center support. It's got a deep ridge right here. The later ones have a shallow ridge right there, and it's like, you know, got a bigger sprag in the middle of it. That feels good. If you shake those, missed it. That bushing looks good in that sun gear. Planetary feels nice. Alright guys, here is your 700R4 non-auxiliary transmission pump. It looks like somebody does have an aftermarket pressure regulator spring in there. This bushing does look a little worn out too. I'm not sure if that was from the damage of the wreck or when the bell housing broke. Maybe it pulled that shaft down or not. Anyway, we'll change it out. Old 7 vein. Looks like it sat outside a while. It's got a little bit of rust there. Not too bad. What's the stator look like? This is where you want to look. It's got a little... It's got some marks here. And they're pretty significant, so we're gonna have to get this sent off to be cut down. We're gonna pull the pressure regulator valve out, TCC valve, but yeah, it's gonna have to be cut down. Now you want to be careful not to hit yourself in the face with a spring. So I'd take a seal pick and pop it like that. Saves your eye. Pull your rotor out. Pull your vanes out. That gear body don't look too bad. And you can save these seals if you want to. You can reuse them. There's a sealing behind that, but we'll get that out in the washer. After the washer, there's your pivot pin and your little spring.
Need a pick. Ugh. Yeah, you can literally feel that groove with your finger.
Roasted?
Roasted. Roasted. I hate that. That's money, unfortunately. Too bad.
Gear body don't feel that bad though.
No, but too bad we can't just swap it into another transmission and make money on it.
That's kind of what we're hoping, right?
Doesn't feel bad.
God. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another FSP Transmissions ASMR video. Alright, this is your reverse input drum. Sorry guys for the cringy ASMR. Want to look here, make sure there's no chatter marks from those frictions. A lot of times if those bearings or those bushings wear out in that drum, it'll start to walk a little bit. It'll chatter up here. Go ahead and pull these out. The clearance looks a little bit loose, like they've been in there for a while, so I bet he was right. I bet it was working okay. But this thing must have took a shot or something after a while. Yeah, it's got the old style molded type. The seals are replaceable, but it's like a molded type piston. It's a smaller diameter than the 4L60s and the newer 700s. Just a fun fact for you. Clutch pack looks good. Everything looks good in the reverse input drum. We're going to pop this out with the foot press in just a moment. And let's move on to the forward input drum.
Alright, let's take this back over here where it goes. He's in a bind. I'm glad it didn't launch when
I was in a bind.
Thought I was gonna have to do the concrete maneuver.
No, those you can pull out with your hand if you just put your wrists to the opposite ends of each other. Yeah, just like that. You can pull it out.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to get back onto this drum. Overruns look good. Forwards look good. These look solid, man. This thing was working like it should. A lot of times this will be worn out here, especially on the 4L60Es because they were stupid and they will put a single band sprag. This looks good. Okay, so we're going to go with the initial hypothesis that the customer is telling the truth. Because A, our 3 and 4 clutch pack looks fantastic. Normally, when the 3 and 4 clutch pack, goes out or looks rough or something like that, there's a little bit of haze in there on the bottom one. Just a little bit. You guys can't see that, but it's located right up here. This throttle valve there goes bad a lot. That plunger valve at the top, and if you have a transmission that either A, stack shifts first through 4 into lockup very quickly.
What does stack shift mean?
Stack shift means if the transmission goes 1, 2, 3, 4 lockup all the way through, just blah, 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 blah. It's not healthy for the transmission at all, and that means it's blowing by that TV circuit right there. Now the 4 clutch pack looks great. So all of these pistons in the bottom of this drum that we haven't taken out yet. All of these pistons, the seals can be reused right now, and I would pressure test the transmission once I did that. If I was to reuse all these seals, I would make sure to pressure test it if I was going to sell it to a customer, but I'm just making videos for guys that are looking to get into this and do it for themselves, and don't cut corners when it comes to customer stuff. This was a bonus core. So, and your lower burst looks good. Nothing was good, bad there. Your lower planetary was good. Everything was fantastic here. The pump was a little bit worn, but that happens over time, especially with these older trucks. This was from 1985. The bushings had a little bit of marks on them here in the reverse input drum. Right there, you can see that. A little bit there. But other than that, I mean, I pay $100 for cores like this all day, every day. But we have extra cases. So we're going to take all of this. We're going to get our pump recut. You're going to get a rebuild kit. Going to update this plate to a 4L60E plate. I'm going to take a gamble and say that's good. I'm going to get a new Sonax throttle valve, plunger valve for it, but put a 500,000 boost valve in it. And yeah, I think we can reuse the forward clutch pack here and the overrun clutch pack and get this thing back together. What do you think?
I like it.
Learn a lot?
Yes. Enough to make your head hurt.
There's going to be a lot of content coming your way, by the way. All of you.
So, when you're looking at something like this, and it's got like chips in this, and chips in this, is that something to look for?
Not necessarily, because that rides right against, well, in this 700R4, it doesn't have the wavy, because it's a pre-auxiliary, and the auxiliary is going to have a wavy in the bottom of that. That's just going to go right against this bottom plate here. So there's no contact area other than to your friction there. So that's not gonna necessarily cause any problem. Now if there's a big freaking chunk out of here around the seal where it can leak by, where that pressure can go by, the fluid can just piss by it, then yeah, you're looking at something.
But it's solid on the outside.
But that's solid on the outside. And those seals are good too. And if those seals were bad, these would be burnt up.
They don't feel hard.
Yeah, no. This is a good transmission, and we're going to do our due diligence and go back with the proper updates and get this thing back on the road.
Good news.
All right. Thanks, guys.